Well, a special good evening to all our viewers here on Caribbean American News Media. It is good to have you, my friends, here with us on a beautiful Monday evening. I am saying we are in the land of the living and we are to give God praise. We are to thank Him for life spared. Wow, we made it through the day and not by our own doing, but we made it as a result of the goodness of a good God. And so I want to take this opportunity to welcome all to the platform here at Caribbean American News Media. And I want to encourage you folks to share the live and let folks know that we are on. We are on live in HD. We are on live in our new studio here at Caribbean American News Media. We are ready for service tonight. We are firing on all cylinders tonight. Let's get to work on the issues, my friends, that are affecting our people in the society. Amen. Let's get to work, my people. Now, let me give out our greetings tonight. Again, I want to thank all for being here with us. We look forward to having a beautiful program tonight, a beautiful interactive program. We have some developments that we want to share with you, our viewers, our faithful viewers here on our network. So again, I want to greet all. Welcome to the platform. Let me ensure that our YouTube is up and running. Our folks are coming in. Let me just say greetings again to all our viewers on the platform. All right, to HSF, greetings to you, Veronica. Good night. Good evening, sorry, Lawrence here. And my friend Elias Vidal, hope you're doing well, my brother. I came to see you, but I couldn't get in. I suspect nobody was home. But greetings to you, my brother Elias Vidal, and longtime buddy, singing partner and friend. You're in my prayer always. May God bless you as you recover. Jones, greetings to you. Henry, how are you? Lisa, how are you doing, my friend? And Angeli, greetings. What is it? Bonjour or bonsoir? Not bonjour. Hippolyte, how are you? Flora, greetings. Malcolm, you're in. Malcolm, you're in. Alexander, welcome to the platform. Yes, my friend. Hippolyte, howdy. How are you folks over on YouTube? Our people are coming in. Boss Lady already in her seat. And my friend M, how are you? Gloriana, greetings. Your favorite color, purple? Man, tonight I just decide to kick it up a bit, change it up a bit, and put on our purple color, purple and black for tonight. Greetings, my friends. Thank you, Lisa, for the 50 stars. Thank you so much. Alexander, greetings to you, friends. Welcome to the platform. Our people will join us a little later on. I am sure that there is something happening on social media, and so they will join us at the appropriate time. So greetings. There's a lot happening in the news today that we got to laser in, and so we're going to wait for some of our people to come in. But again, you're on to Caribbean American News Media. Let's see if we can pull up some ads in the meantime. God is good. He's faithful. Yes, and we have our friends over at Locks Car Rental. Yes, car rental, Locks Car Rental. If you're looking for a rental, you need to call 758-285-2848. Again, the number is 758-385-2848, and there you will have your luxury vehicle from Lux Car Rental there in St. Lucia. This is the company that had me on wheels on my visit there in St. Lucia. Very good service. I just had to land on the airport. The car was there, and I was able to leave the car at the airport and jump on a flight back to New York. And so thank you, Lux Rental, for such beautiful service. Thank you. And I told you folks, I got one of the best. Now I go to therapy a lot to ensure that the body is fine and the mind is functioning on all cylinder. And so, when you have movement issues, mobility problems, you need to get massage. You need to get those muscles. And a lot of people who have issues with mobility, it can be fixed, with some therapy. You should start doing well, getting the muscles, the tenseness off from the muscles, and stuff like that. Many of you have migraines. It's because of your muscles that need to be relaxed. They're stiff, those in your neck, so you wake up with a headache. And so sometimes you have movement issues because you're not doing the right exercise. It is very important. Even though you're on a bed, you can move your hands, stretch your hands up and down, across your foot, put it up and down, move. It helps your muscles. If you do not have those movements, it will weaken your vessels. And so massage is important. And I take you over to Pearl's Passion with a Z. Her number is 758-717-0194, and she does home visit too. All right, so ensure that you get your massage to keep you young, keep you vibrant, keep you going, keep your muscles in good condition. And not because you had a stroke, it means that you cannot be effective. You cannot move around. All right, so get your massage, friends. Get your massage, get yourself nice up, so that you can, live a long, productive life. You do not have to die because you had a stroke. You do not have to die because you can't walk or you can't move. You can get back on your feet again. Don't let nobody tell you that, it is done for you. When God says it's done, it's done. All right. Catherine Bernard, my loving friend, greetings. Elizabeth, good to see you. Catherine Murphy, good to see you. Haynes, how are you? Yes, Charles, greetings. Evelyn, greetings to you. Stanislas, good to see you. Yes, I think most of the Stanislas are from Soufriere. I believe so, I'm just saying. And Veronica, greetings. Big up everybody as we get on to our platform. Send the message around, please. Let the folks know that we're getting ready to take off right now on Caribbean American News Media. We have done 2 of our ads here on set. I don't believe we have any more at this time, so let us go into business now. Hey Maria, greetings, man, greetings. And let me say something, folks, to you. I can tell you, by the grace of God, we have the most dedicated, committed viewers on our platform. Those who love their country, those who want to see better in their community. And come what may, they will stay engaged. They'll remain engaged in fighting for what is right. Because I'll tell you, when you fight for what is right, what is needed in the society, then all people benefit. Both the SLP and the UWP. It is healthy to have an opposition. It is healthy, my friends, to have a press. It is healthy to have persons criticizing constructively with the intention of making things better. All right, remember that, in making things better. Arnold, good night to you, my brother, all the way from St. Croix. I actually thought you were in St. Lucia, Arnold. I thought you were in St. Lucia, but greetings to you. Glasgow, greetings, my friends, greetings, amen, greetings. I haven't seen my friend from Grenada as yet. I haven't seen my Grenadian friend and my Vincentian friend as yet, and our Bajan friends. I have not seen them as yet. Okay, so they should be coming in nicely. I see our YouTube is getting there nicely. All right, so steady. A steady hand will get us where we ought to go. So, folks, let's continue to focus on the issues that are affecting our people in St. Lucia. And now there's an issue in Vieux-Fort that that we have seen played out in over in Dennery North. I believe that there is a problem that I am not a carnival fan. I'm a Christian, and so people have their choice. Do I want Carnival to be cancelled? Of course, why not? I would love it as a Christian. All Christians would love Carnival to be cancelled. But nobody's going to cancel Carnival. But what we are seeing, and the issue is not really Carnival for me, the issue is victimization. The concern here is government coming in with a heavy hand and breaking stuff, trying to fix things that are not broken. I'm going to say it again. Anytime you have government making attempts to fix things that are not broken, then they break it. I wish I could make that big point again. I just made a big point there. All right? Now we stay on the issue. I want you to stay focused with me, all right? I want you to stay focused with me. Okay? I want you to stay close with me. All right? Charlemagne, greetings. Bert, greetings. Shirley, greetings. So let's stay on the issue here. So Denbury North has a situation where there was a group that managed Carnival. They did an excellent job based on what we're hearing in organizing without any issues. Now we are seeing the same thing in Soufriere. We are seeing the same thing in Soufriere, where vendors have purchased stuff for shows and activities. Activities are cancelled. The Soufriere Foundation spends $100 and something thousand on some event there. People are saying, look, we need to know what's going on here. There's this, whatever is happening in Soufriere, this is not what we're accustomed to. It is not something, that is healthy for Soufriere, and so I believe sometime we're going to have, earlier today, I spoke to the Honorable Herod Stanislas there in Soufriere, very nice guy, pleasant guy. We had a beautiful conversation, and he's going to be on set with us at some point, all right? I was trying to get him on the set. We're trying to get him on. He will come. That's a promise. He will be here with us on the show so that we can go a little more into this Soufriere problem, because there is a problem in Soufriere, friends. The volcano is not going to erupt, but the people will rise up. The people of Soufriere will stand up, because what they're seeing is not something that they're accustomed to. Now, what we had was accusations of money being stolen and blah, blah, blah. All this craziness. Now, all that I suspect can be political mischief and all kind of stuff. Whatever that is, we will investigate it. We'll get to the bottom of it. But the issue of Carnival, where Mr. Stanislas, I heard for 9 years, I believe, you had no real activity in your area under the St. Lucia Labour Party. The UWP came in under Mr. Stanislas. They organized committees. They put these activities in place. It got better. 2020, there was a problem with Corona, so you could not have done anything there. And so if Stanislas was in power, his government was in power today, you would have had one of the best experience, I am sure, based on what I am hearing, based on the analysis. Based on the vision of Mr. Stanislas, based on the work that he have already put into Soufriere to develop Soufriere. A matter of fact, those of you who have not gone to Soufriere, I went to Soufriere after many years, and that was during the convention. I was amazingly shocked with the development. I mean, if that guy you had given him another chance there, I believe that you would have been the envy of St. Lucia. Soufriere is a tourist destination. Soufriere should be well developed. Now, Mr. Stanislas just got him there, I think, 2016, and he did his best to transform Soufriere. He did his best. But what we are seeing now is a whole set of gimmick games. People are being taken out of retirement to come in and do work that other people out there, there are persons in the community who are not working or who have the skill and might be able to do the same job. They have no pension from government, but they take a pensioner, put a pensioner in a job, pays that pensioner, while there are people out there who cannot get employment there. But what we will do, I'm going to switch for a while. We'll get back to Soufriere, because Soufriere is a place that we got to pay attention to. Soufriere, we must pay attention to Soufriere, because I don't like to call names, but that's where Bernard Haynes is from too. He keeps a lot of noise, insult people, say a lot of foolishness, craziness all over social media. We know who he is, a political hack, and sometimes speak like he has no sense. All right, plays holier than thou. He's not, but we'll see if we can attach him to Soufriere. All right, because a little birdie told me that he was gossiping about his rep. A little birdie told me, and they're about to blow up a can of worms on him. So if I was that brother, I would pay attention to that situation and stay away from Mr. Chasney and the United Workers' Party's business. I would have done that, all right? Okay, so now forget about, there's somebody here on the Facebook. That person is not the person's real name. That person is not a real person. I know who that person is. The person is just trying to sow mischief to distract us. But let's stay on what we're discussing here tonight, all right? Whoever has problems, they will deal with their problems. We have no problems on this platform. We have no problems. We have issues that we need to discuss. Now, going forward, folks, there is a major issue at our airport in St. Lucia. I'm not sure if it was reported in the news today. Somebody will have to correct me. I am not sure if anything was said about the nation's airport, both the airport JF Charles in Castries and our airport in Vieux-Fort, that is the Huronora International Airport, one of the main hubs for the United States. That's where you get most of your international flights coming in too. All right. Now, for a few days now, there have been an issue. We have had an issue with the with lighting at the airport. Folks, you can interact with me now. I'm not sure if any one of you have any information or have heard anything in the news or otherwise about the lighting on the airport, the runway there at the airport in Vieux-Fort. We're hearing that the engineers are having problems in identifying. Now we're hearing it is, I mean, maybe I should just rephrase and ask questions. Is it true that there is a problem at our airport in Vieux-Fort? We'll come to Castries at the appropriate time. That's the first question. Is it true that the engineers are having some issues, some problems? They're having issues in finding the problem of lack of light at the airport. Is it true that sometime last week we had an issue where planes had to stay overnight in St. Lucia because of the runway, because of the lighting issue at the airport in Vieux-Fort? Let's go over to Charles Airport there in Castries, St. Lucia. Is it true that the lights from Castries had to be transferred over to Vieux-Fort? I'm just asking. I am not saying that's what it is, but I am asking if that's the case. All right? Mary Charles, how are you? Welcome. Coley James, how are you not telling me good night and I'm looking everywhere for you? Coley James. Look, I see the is there already. Martin Francis, Coulter, yeah. Merlin, howdy. Where were you? We're asking questions about the nation's airport. All right? We are asking questions about the nation's airports there on the island of St. Lucia. So, folks, did you hear anything? Did you hear anything about airport issues in St. Lucia? Now, let me just report here also that a number of schools got damaged by the passing of tropical storm, such as the Bellevue Combined School. Roofs were blown off. And let me say to government, don't put back on the same roof. If the roof is off, here is an opportunity to make that roof better. So anytime a hurricane gives you the opportunity to rebuild, build back better and stronger. What I see is that they send a few maintenance guys to just put some galvanized and some wood, wait for the next disaster, roof is gone again, you put back some wood and you put back some galvanized, and that's it. That's what we've been seeing over and over again. So here is the opportunity to build back better, to put a proper roof on our schools in St. Lucia, put stronger roofs on our buildings in St. Lucia. If possible, concrete some of those roofs. Concrete some of them. Concrete is a good option, but the heat, we will have to build in a way that the children would be comfortable, and at least schools can become emergency shelters in case of hurricanes. What do you think of that, folks? To me, that makes a lot of sense. But what I can tell you, friends, is that we are not building effectively based on the knowledge we have with global warming and climate change. We are not building. Look at what we're doing even with the Viewfort Hospital. Talking about the hospital, let's go over to the hospital and we're switching around. We are going to distract ourselves so we won't get caught up in anything, all right? So let's go over Williams. I'm seeing Williams for the first time, is it? And James. James, yes, we mentioned our friend James over there. Boss lady, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's go over to our Viewfort Hospital. Now, remember we got a report that, you know, the government brought in this Sudi guy trying to find monies to get the hospital going. Well, what they said is that they're looking for monies not only for the hospital, but to fix the stadium. To fix the stadium. Yes, we need the stadium, but I believe the emphasis should be placed on the hospital. Last week we saw where the fencing, we were told that the fencing, it is up, everything is okay, when it is not. Right? So they are still trying to fight. They are waiting on word. They're keeping their fingers crossed that they will get a call from the gentleman that monies are approved for the hospital. Now, the question is, if there is no approval of funds there, what are you going to say to the St. Lucian people? What are we going to do next? What are we going to do at the next sitting of cabinet after those news? Come back to the people and say, well, you know, we thought we would get money here, so we would have to go into your pockets. And by the way, that's exactly what you set up, because in 5 or 4 days, people will be paying an extra 2.5% taxes. Yes, that's exactly where the money is coming from. The pockets of the people. Isn't that not true? Look at our emergency shelters. Look at the emergency shelters. We saw where an elderly, a 90-year-old mother had to be rescued in Dennery. Had to be rescued in Dennery. When those of us who live in Dennery, we will know that once there is such a storm that is forecast, that the first thing you do is to remove your people from low-lying areas, which means that your shelter in Dennery, one or two of the shelters in Dennery, should have been open. There should have been beds, blankets, and something so that the people can eat. Because there is no excuse for us not opening the shelter. Financial excuse, that should not be an excuse. Because as I said, we find monies for carnival, we find thousands of dollars, millions of dollars for carnival and jazz. And to say that normally we would not put food in shelters, it is something that no St. Lucian should accept as an excuse. No St. Lucian, because if you have diabetics, people with high blood pressure, and you take them out from their homes and you bring them to a shelter, these people have to eat, you know. These people eat a lot. When you have high blood pressure and diabetes, it causes you to eat. You get hungry quickly. So don't tell me our shelters is just to save the people for a night or two and you don't have to put food in it. That should not be the case. Our shelters should be well organized. That when a person leaves their home and they go for shelter, that yes, they will have some inconvenience. But one of the inconveniences that they should not have is food and water. Period. So for those who are walking around trying to justify the idea that it is okay to accept, whether you're SLP or UWP, all of us should be on the same voice, on the same platform, saying that that is not acceptable. And that's why I say to you, friends, it is always wise for us to unite on those things that we can unite on. The things that we cannot unite on, we can deal as citizens. But those things that we can agree on for change, let's join together and get it done. The hospital is something that all voices should be on. Nobody should be pointing fingers now and saying UWP, SLP, UWP. Give the people a hospital. Nobody should be fighting the UWP when it comes to increasing or having a livable wage. Nobody should be taking home $500 a fortnight anywhere in the world, period. It's inhumane. And for years, you have governments sitting by while security guards work overtime, endanger their lives, and they are being paid. They are being paid $300-400 a fortnight. Not only that, the security bosses and directors, some of them work in the banks, some of them work in some of these bourgeois businesses, suck every cent. The security bosses and owners benefit more, and still they look for every opportunity to suck the regular security guard. Make them work extra time, make them work 10 times harder. Women who should be on lighter duties, they don't care. You think they will put a little chair somewhere for some of these guys to sit on? No, they tell you stand all day. And anything goes wrong at the business, you are responsible as the security guard. These security companies charge the businesses in St. Lucia a lot of money, enough money to pay their staff well. But oh no, Because some of these government ministers know the owner of this security firm and this one, they don't want to ruffle the feathers. They don't want to talk about increase. They don't even want to mention anything about local security guards in St. Lucia. And nobody will talk about them. Nobody will stand up and speak up for local security officers in the country. Look, Mary Charles is saying $2.50 an hour. $2.50 an hour. EC. So for you to make money at a security company, you got to work all your life, by the way, and still you don't make anything. According to somebody, you die dead. Nothing. These are the issues that you and I need to speak on. These are the issues that we need to spend time on. These are the issues, my friends, that we need to keep alive in our discussions. Gone are the days when we can be back and forth fighting. Gone are those days. And I will ever proclaim this one truth, that no man is an island. We must always remain on the issues that are affecting the people of the country. If we are going to be activists, if we are going to be standing here and speaking, let us use our time wisely to proclaim the truth and to stand as true activists to better the lives of the people who are listening to us. And let me tell you something, there's some people who are expecting us to speak for them. There are some people who look forward to these lives so that we can speak on the issues that are affecting them. Healthcare is a major issue. Look at our hospitals. Look at the airport. Lighting issues. Engineers, I am sure, are struggling, scratching their head to figure out what are we going to do? How are we going to fix it? And based on what I'm hearing from my private communication is that the possibility is there that lights were removed from the airport in Castries to take over to Viewfort so that they can illuminate the path for the planes. So for now, we can safely say that there is no night flights out of Viewfort, which serves as an inconvenience to our international travelers and international business partners, such as the airlines, JetBlue and all those airlines that get into St. Lucia. And not only that, when these airlines come, you think some of these pilots and workers on the plane, you think they're always happy to come to St. Lucia? Because these people, when they travel to Miami or they travel to any other airport, even St. Vincent, they have a jetway. The steps drive to the plane, and people just walk, whether it's raining or sun, people walk through the jetway into the airport. And that's what you are being offered, St. Lucians. Your governments indicate that the airport is too big. I think that's something I'm standing to be corrected. And let me tell you something. What I say here on this platform, it is subject for correction. I ain't no authority. I don't get it right all the time. But whatever I say, and I'm going to say it again, whatever I say on this platform, it is subject to correction. Because as humans, we can err. I just wanted to make that clear. As human, we can err. So I'm not coming here as no perfect individual in your sight. I come to you as one who is weak, feeble, and defective, needing to be corrected and chastised ever so often, which I gladly accept. So I just wanted to say that. But let's think about it, friends. Think about it. I'm just looking back at the whole. Now I got a call tonight, a number of them, calls upon calls. I was back and forth with calls, all right? And one of them, a gentleman called me and it is sad. It's a story, a developing story that we're going to follow. Developing story. Second hurricane hit him. The Alan Shastney government, I'm not going to say anything much about it. The Alan Shastney government placed the guy's name on a list so he can get support. You know what happened? Victimization. Name gone. Name gone. And we're going to have a full story. This story, let me tell you something. This story that I'm following, this is going to be one of the biggest story that we have ever covered on this network. And it's going to be dangerous. It's going to be a difficult discussion to have. And that's why I got to sit with him and take my time to ensure legally we have our crew now, Caribbean American News. We have our official crew. We have a lawyer there, everything else. And so we now will have to go through, a group of us will have to go through an interview with the gentleman before we can put him on the air, because what I am hearing, it is very serious. It is serious stuff. And if we continue to hear these stories about victimization in the country, then I believe it's going to be a very difficult few years for the people of St. Lucia. Just look at Carnival. You have scarcely heard some of those stories that you hear right now, from Denry North to Soufriere, and God knows where is next. The stories are scary. The St. Jude's Hospital story alone is enough to give you sleepless nights. Same story. And what you get is a bunch of persons within our society seeing the need to distract themselves from the issues. And I pray God every day that he keep me on the issues. When I'm joking around, when we having fun, especially our Saturday Night Live, that's something different. But as long, brethren, as we are on the issues, yes, we can have fun and we will have fun, but we got to stick there. Why? There is safety. Yes, there is safety on that side of the line. Now, concerning, before we go back over there, concerning the MBC situation there, that in itself is something that I cannot speak much about now. And, you know, I will, at the appropriate time, give you a heads up, you know, as to what is happening there. Many of you would have heard that I got a call, and, you know, I was placed on the air, not knowing that I was there, blah, 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 blah. And stuff like that was just chastised. But there's follow-up to it. There was some follow-up yesterday, Sunday. And, you know, things are looking good as far as I can say to you. But I will give you an update. I will give you a full update on that situation there. All right? But it's not as bad now as it was, you know, when that call was made. Okay? So that's all I can say to you. So, you know, let me see something here. Just bear with us. Just bear with me a minute, folks. And by the way, for those of you who are on the platform, we got to keep Pastor Lawrenson in our prayer. Pastor Lawrenson, he's not doing too well. And I'm going to ask you to, those of you who are prayer warriors, to pray for him so that he can, the Lord can heal him, restore him, and stuff like that. Somebody's calling me on the regular line. but I can't. I think they're looking for the live program. They're trying to find it. I was not able to share a lot today, so just give me a minute. Let me see if I can share the live program to the individual who is calling me. Yeah. Okay, so just bear with us. Okay, good. I believe I am able to get that done. Okay. Okay, so we are still awaiting, folks. I don't know if many of you have forgotten, but we are still waiting for information on the Bannon's land. That situation has not been cleared in the minds of the people. You all realize that, right? And because we, as St. Lucians, we act like things are just for a moment. We speak on the issues today, tomorrow, dead. Passport issue, dead now. Dead story. The lady in Denry with the bullying at the school, dead story. Cabot, dead story. The ports, dead story. Do you know that your ports is going to be taken away from you for a period of time? I think it's 40 years. Do you remember that? Those are still the issues. Those are still the issues. Do you know that we still cannot get full clarity on the Bannon's land? Those are still issues. The citizens of St. Lucia are questioning, looking for answers. Still issues. Huh? No clarity. The Speaker of the House said he's taking away Chasney's salary. No clarity on that either. Under the table, you make a statement publicly and you never come back to clarify and to clear it up. Everything is but a moment. And that's why I'm afraid that with the elections upcoming in the next few years, that all these issues we will forget. Just like many forgot that Mr. Chasney built roads, brought in Ojo Labs, had major developments in the country and all those things, the plan for national health care. Most of you have forgotten it. Most have forgotten those issues. Most have forgotten the issue where the young lady in Grand Riviere was in distress at her home, went to the police, could not get help. Many have forgotten. But I say to you, we must never forget. We must never forget these open files. That's what they are. Open files. They have not been closed. The government said to us that there's bubble list. That file has not been closed. There was bubble. That file have not been closed. They said Chasney stole monies. Guy Joseph stole materials. That case have not been closed. But we are forgetting quickly as a people. We are forgetting that Sky FM has not received their license as yet. Still an open file. We forget the number of murders in St. Lucia. And we have become so numb to them that we don't even discuss them. We don't even count anymore. A dead is a dead now. We forget about unemployment. The file is still open. If you walk around your communities, there are thousands of young people out of a job. And even adults. File has not been closed. Files have not been closed. There was an emergency meeting with government. The opposition was not there. My question is, where was the opposition? I did not see the opposition at the table in preparation for the disaster. What went wrong, Mr. Pear? That file is now open. Mr. Pear, clarify for us why the director of NEMA, or whoever she was, told us, the St. Lucian people, that the shelters are expensive, so we'll open them after the hurricane. You open shelters, some shelters after hurricane, in cases of a category 2 hurricane. So some shelters are open early to remove people in low-lying areas, folks whose houses are not too strong. They are removed, not left in their homes and then run to try to rescue them in the midst of a hurricane. That's not how we do it. In Dennery, you know how to do it. We would remove all our senior citizens and we would put them in shelters. That's how we did it in the past. What went wrong? Why did we have to jeopardize the life of the senior citizen and the first responders to remove her during the storm? Why? These files are now being opened. And nobody will dare bully us and say to us, shut our mouths because our government is in power. No, the people's lives are at risk. And that, my friend, that storm was an eye-opener for you, the people of St. Lucia. And I would say to you that this government should thank God that he stepped in and shielded St. Lucia. Why? Because by having the shelters alone closed, it's a disaster by itself. Category a storm with wind force up to 60, sustained 70 miles an hour, and our homes are not even built to withstand a human touch. It is the hand of God, St. Lucians. It is the hand of God that kept St. Lucia. I want you to know that it is the divine hand, in divine intervention, while this thing didn't mash up this place. Should we be careless going forward? No, we should not. Who made the decision to keep all shelters closed? And not only keep the shelters closed, you know, them fellas, brothers and sisters, them fellas, you know what they did? Do you know what they did? They put out a list with telephone numbers and said to you that if anything happened, call your shed manager and they will help to open the shelters for you. Let me tell you something. In Dennery alone, we could not have gotten contact with any of the numbers that was given to us on the list for emergency shelters. Not one. A matter of fact, at 12 o'clock, when we called them because there was a brother in distress, when we called them, no answers up to this day. Nobody returned the calls up to today. Up to today, guess what? Power gone. Digicel down. Phone line down. You cannot get emergency. You cannot get anybody. And the emergency people said to us that they received distress calls, but they could not have gone out to rescue anybody. You heard it for yourself. So tell me if it makes sense not to open your shelters before the hurricane. Tell me if it makes sense. And tell me if this is something that we should be arguing about. Tell me. Tell me. Is that a situation that we should be talking about? Dennery alone is known for flooding. We ask persons in low-lying areas to pay attention, but we did not pay attention to them, because God forbid that the waters came up and half of the roofs had blown off, and people start running in the dark back and forth, and some even attempting to call for support. I am saying to you, they would not have gotten it, because it took a day or two, a day I believe and a half, for Lucia to restore the power and for Digicel to get back online. I know the easiest thing to say, he lie. I know that. But I am perfect. I don't have a good memory. My memory is poor. So you might as well start calling me what you want now. He lie. You can start saying that now. But I'm saying to you that if we had lost even one soul, then we would have seen who lie and who lie. So that's why I say to you, friends, disaster can strike any one of us and our families. We are to ensure that officials do their jobs. And that's why I am here, to speak so that we can better the country. I'm not speaking to make government look bad. I can't make government look bad. Government will make themselves look bad all by themselves. That's not my responsibility. They do that all by themselves. But what we cannot again encourage is anyone stifling citizens of St. Lucia from speaking up and bullying them and threatening them. That's what we cannot have in our society. Because somebody got to speak for security guards. Somebody got to speak for hotel workers. Somebody got to speak for those who work at the supermarkets. Better conditions. Somebody got to speak about minibus drivers who don't care about the lives of people on board, drive carelessly, overtake when they want, how they want. And I say to you, it is the presence of God that is protecting some of us when we're driving home. Some of you who travel after a hard day's work and you're driving from Castries to Dennery or Viewfort, and these drivers, all they think about is money, 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 so they will endanger your life. They will overtake in areas that you yourself would sing, "Nearer my God to thee." And many of you will not even, in your heart, you say, "We're not going to make it home." And if you dare say something to the driver, he will tell you it's his bus, he paid for it, you can't come in his bus and tell him anything. And one or two passengers who will know him, like him, will cuss you off for complaining to save their own lives. And that is what you do in the country. You insult, you humiliate, you do all sorts of things to people who are speaking up for the betterment of the country. Betterment. That's why I'm very careful in criticizing anybody who's speaking. Very careful. It takes me a long time, you know. You all see me. You all might think I'm a little crazy, not cuckoo, but it takes me a while. It takes me a while to rile up myself to the point where I start saying things. And that's why I told you today, we are to stay calm. We are to think before we act. There are times we will not have the opportunity to do so. Sometimes we get overwhelmed and you jump ahead. And anytime I've learned, anytime you jump ahead, you get in trouble. Anytime you rush to get things done, you get in trouble. Anytime you are angry and you're hasty and you run ahead, you always get in trouble. And that's why I say to us, friends, let's be wise as a serpent and harmless as dove. Let us embrace those issues, stay on them like tick on a dog. Well, I might use the wrong thing. I hope nobody say I'm calling anybody dog. But let's stick on those issues because those issues have not gone away. They're still there. You know, our roads, we don't talk about the roads anymore. How long do we speak on healthcare in St. Lucia? I got another request for help in St. Lucia for medical care. Requests upon requests are flooding in. But you have a government. On this one, a lot of governments, ministers have failed. Stephenson King failed as a UWP on healthcare. Kenny failed. All them fellas failed. One man was close to getting something done, and that was Alan Shastney. Guess what? COVID beat him down like a snake. COVID beat him down like a snake. And still, he was forced through COVID to open a hospital that the then government could not have opened. Huh? COVID was another test of the system. Sadly, many lost their lives. Because everybody politicized everything. And everybody becomes hack. And nobody sees that, look, this health discussion is about all of us. Them politicians are okay. Every one of them are okay. Every one of those politicians are all right. They jump at the airport, whether it have light or not, and they're gone. When they land in Martinique or Barbados, 2 cars, 3 vehicles waiting for them. Straight in emergency room, straight on operating table. But you, where do you go? To go and sell chicken and pork. And still you cannot stay together on the issue. Still you're being distracted. Still you're giving each other make. We still SLP cussing off UWP. UWP cussing off SLP. Still. Look how mahe yon a lot. Ko pizza. Money on a lot. Ko pizza. I call it pizza parties no kani. Huh? Oh, hey, lightning and thunder, they say. Lightning and thunder. We are petty. We are petty and soft and tell him don't talk. Warn him. Nobody is willing to stand up. Who will go? Who will stand? Every opportunity we get, we are distracted from these major issues that will cause the life of people. How many can go to Martinique and Barbados? How many? How many of you under the platform? How many of you? And that's why I said to you on Saturday night, many of us have insurance, health insurance, life insurance, all kind of insurance, food insurance here in the United States. Whether you're legal or illegal, you get food insurance, you get health insurance. You can go to a pantry, you can get food for the week. You can go to 100 pantries in Brooklyn, which I've seen people, rich people with their cars, they drive from one food pantry to the other. I've seen it with my eyes. They go to the Adventist church, the Catholic church, the Pentecostal church, the school. They go over there. When they get home, they have a supermarket in their house for weeks. So we have support. Do you have that support in your country? So don't mind some of us talking from the diaspora. Some of us good, better than good. And if the government mess with us, we can petition the government. I dare you, try it. Go petition your government for them to call you a hack and victimize you and fire you and do all kind of thing to you. When you're supposed to get galvanized after the storm, they ain't giving you none because you're UWP. Go try it and get support. Go try and get food voucher when they're giving food voucher. Go. For them to call you a party hack, especially those local village council people who think that they own government. Yes, I said it. They want to fight young people who are accustomed of doing their carnival bacchanal thing. Fight them, victimize them, cuss them off, threaten them. Because they're all powerful like that. I don't know who is their boss, who is empowering them to decide who should get what, and everybody's entitled to get everything in their community if anything is being given. Come in and tell me this one didn't support us. Who do you think you are? This one didn't support us, so we're not giving them no rice. This one didn't support us, so we're not giving them. And you are fighting issues that have no bearing on your society. No bearing at all in the society. A lot of victimization, brethren. I am telling you, victimization is real. And in the days to come after this disaster, you will see what I'm talking about. You see the health minister, Minister of Agriculture walking around, inspecting fields, blah, blah, blah. Watch this space. The stories will come out. 2 bags of fertilizer. Eric already complaining. All his bananas and plantain gone down to the ground. The only thing he has standing is 2 goats. The same Eric, all Eric is saying, Shastin not good. He's a white man. He's not one of us. Guess what? That discussion can't help him get back his goat. It cannot help him get back his banana field. You can talk about white, black. It can't help you put 1 banana back in the ground. That's not the issue. You can talk about Garfield is a fake prophet. He's not good. And that and that and that. That's not going to help any discussion in your community, brethren. I am telling you, it will not help. My character will not help you a bit. And I endorse this message. Go try it when your roof fly off. Go. Go try it. Tell Eric, go and try it. Go and try it when you need health care. Go and tell them, the guys, he's a fake pastor, fake prophet. He's dishonest. He's this. And go tell them that. Go to the hospital, tell them, I am a UWP, Mr. Chasney, who is white and black and pink. Go. Go. Try it. And come back and tell us how it feels. What happened to you? That's why the issues are important. The more we speak about it, is the more awareness that we bring to the plights of others. The more you speak about it, remember the government said to y'all, and I heard it, I captured it, the first man to capture it, where they say it's raining, we can't fix the roads. You saw how they run and fix roads in the rain? They say when they put the thing in the hole, the rain wash it out. You remember that? You know what didn't fix that? He's a fake pastor. He's this. Garfield is not good. Garfield is two-faced. That didn't help the discussion. So again, my people, stay on the issues. And if you don't want to listen to me, you will feel. Yes, man. There's an old saying back in the days, if you can't hear, you will feel. And many of you know what I'm talking about because you felt it on your butt when your parents took the guava whip or the tamarind whip or the mango whip or the pot or the spoon and beat you down. Big sense in your head. And even though you went back and do the same thing. Because some people don't learn. People don't learn. Laws are put in place, my friends, to help us live civilized lives in our communities. We must live civilized lives in our community. We cannot live like hooligans and expect to have a better society. And I have never seen St. Lucia at a place where people are so ungodly. People are questioning the very existence of God. I saw this guy who they sent to Martinique to work at the embassy there. What's his name? Oh, he's always coming and telling people off. I forget his name. He's always calling the talk shows and talking about Shasti. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He sent him to Martinique. A Christian brother posted something about the Bible. And this man this guy is at the place where he has no respect for Christianity or anybody's belief, that he came onto the man's life telling him about black man God and white man and black people are behind because of the Bible. Listen to this nonsense. No black man has ever been behind because of any Bible. Because before the written Bible, you had the living Bible who was at the beginning created you and I. Yes, you have the living word and the written word. So for you to be talking crap about white man Bible, that's why your country is in a downhill state. That's why obia witchcraft is all rampant all over your country. It's blighted with these fellas and their belief, cursing the nation. And what you do is that you elect those same heathens to lead you a spiritual nation. If you consider St. Lucia as a spiritual nation, why are you electing heathens who don't believe when that same Bible tells you righteousness exalts your nation? Anyway, I could deal with that on a different level. But we have serious spiritual, psychological, emotional, all kind of issues that must be dealt with when people cannot tolerate each other. They don't like you, they kill you. They don't like you, they criticize you. They don't like you, they don't know you, but they don't like you. You have not done them anything wrong, but they will go out of their way to curse you. And many of them, if they can only get piece of your hair, I know the mentality, if they can get piece of your hair for the obia man, and piece of your shirt, and piece of your pants, and in St. Lucia, they will tell you, don't leave your shoes out at night, Don't leave your drawers out at night, Don't leave your panty, your bra out, They will take it to the obia man. When you cut your hair, tell the barber you want back your hair, because and that's how you live. And so everything is suspicion. Everything is confusion because of your mind. Your mind is not renewed, is not stable. And so you can't even discuss the issues of the day, such as minimum wage. Our nurses are not being treated well, believe it or not. Nobody speaks on behalf of the nurses. Lip service. We will give the first responders $1,500. Up to this day. There are nurses who are on contract. All kind of nonsense in the place. Nurses that should be full-time, working in the system, being paid properly, being cared for. Nurses are tired. They're fed up. Working in an environment with no medication, no equipment, no support, while a government gives us lip service. Those nurses are good nurses. Those nurses, my friends, if they're given the right tool, the right equipment, the right treatment, these nurses can go out there and do wonders in these hospitals. Them nurses got to, they got to go and figure out what they can use in order to do the same job. They got to fish around. Some of these nurses, you think they don't cry at night to see an elderly come with diabetes and they can't give them medication? Do you not think it hurt these nurses? These nurses are not heartless. Many of our nurses are young people. Many of our nurses are young people. We're talking about youth economy. Let's start with our nurses. It's the best place to start. Not using youth economy as a political game to win elections, but to genuinely seek to improve the lives of our young people by giving them the opportunity, the foundation to grow. Nurses should be treated differently in the country, or the United States, Canada, and England will treat them better, and you will lose all your nurses. Good nurses. You will have a shortage of nurses. And I have known of one too many of our nurses who have left or are planning to leave St. Lucia. Don't come here and tell me there is no shortage. There is shortage of supplies in our medical institutions in the island, from toilet paper. There are some nurses who can't even go to a canteen because canteens are closed. They can't get food and they're working double shift and all kind of shifts and burning the midnight oil to keep our citizens alive. And you give them lip service. If you as the government see, Ministry of Health, see that there's a crisis among the nurses, you are losing nurses, what should you do? Your first effort should not be jazz. That money should have been taken and invested in our nurses. And for those who are not qualified enough, you use that money to get them qualified while they're working. So they can come in 2-3 days and work, and then the rest of the days they can go to school. Nurses in St. Lucia should step up from regular nurse to doctors. Is that happening? Our nurses should be given the opportunity to grow, to be professionals, to be experts, to be specialists in St. Lucia. We know the problem, the health problems. Invest in our nurses so that they can become qualified, whatever it is. Doctors, different practices specialized in heart, in cardiology. And all the G's that we have in St. Lucia in our medical thing. Now with the COVID vaccine, a whole set of sickness break out in St. Lucia, in the world. And we are losing our people one after the other. Those who had cancer cells in their body were forced to take vaccines beyond their will. Then that vaccine just provoked cancer. Cancer just destroy these people and kill them, and nobody talks about it because they will sue you. They will say you're spreading misinformation. That's the truth. And if those doctors take an oath for the truth and to protect lives, I think there's time for them to stand up and say to their government, look, we got to tell the people the truth, or we got to do this, or we got to do that. Don't force people to do things beyond their will. And thank God for Alan Shasta, who never forced vaccine on anybody. I prefer him to shut the whole of St. Lucia down than to force anyone to take vaccines. Because right now is a pandemic of pandemics upon our people. And nobody wants to speak the truth on that. What we're talking about is our self. Self. Garfield say, Johnny say, Teresa say, this one say, that one say. Little Mills and Bones, young and restless thing we're doing. When we have major issues, when lives have been lost, a lady came to bury her father in St. Lucia, end up at the police station, end up at Bodley, end up in the morgue, dead. You think that is a Mills and Bones, young and restless discussion to have in our society? Man, we need to flush this nonsense. We need to flush it. Because one principle that I stand on, there is one principle I stand on, that we should strive. We should strive to be transparent, especially when the lives of people are at stake. You know the chicken oil, it rotten. You have no heart as a business person. You're still selling that rotten chicken, knowing that people will get in trouble. No integrity. Our nurses should be able to step up and become doctors. Right there in St. Lucia, we should have a medical school at St. Jude's Hospital where we make doctors out of our nurses right there. Easy. And Mr. Shasner wanted to bring a medical school there in Viewfort, in those little buildings. Let them experiment on dead bodies. Let them do lab work and everything else there so that we can save our nation from the medical crisis that is upon us, whether it's diabetes, cancer, or heart problems. St. Lucia has become an obese nation. A nation with heart attacks and hypertension is sweeping the country. St. Lucia is clocking in on the world clock of high diabetes and high blood pressure cases and cancer that we have never seen, destroying our people. And now we're finding out that the seaweed that you see on the sea, they are looking at it and they're saying, wait a minute, this thing might contain cancerous elements. Nobody is telling anybody anything. You think the government would put some money to clean up our beaches, put a net to trap all this seaweed from the beach? You think so? Do you think so? But what we're talking about, white man, Shasney, that's of no consequence. Shasney can go get a tan and turn black too. That's easy stuff. But how easy it is to have a medical school where our nurses are working, but yet they are in school. Our same nurses will become health professionals, setting up their little practices in the different communities of St. Lucia. They're out clinics. Each community is a health clinic because a young nurse from that community would have become a doctor. So she have an outpatient clinic there to take care of patients who was released from hospital. But what do we want to talk about? Vieux pastor, vieux prophet. Vieux prophet. Gassa, that deserves another flush. And let me tell you something, folks. Let me tell you something, Let me tell you something. And I make no excuse to anybody. I don't owe anybody any excuse, any apologies for anything I'm saying here or will say. No. Because it's the issues that are affecting our society. And we are way back we are way behind with healthcare. Do you know how far back we are with healthcare? Do you know? Have you really thought of it? Brethren, have you really thought about how far back we are when it comes to healthcare on the island? Do you know? And it pains me to see our young women being diagnosed with cancer at an early age. Cancers that can be treated if caught early. And being caught early, why? People are afraid to go to the hospital. All the horror stories. You go to the hospital, they give you Panadol, tell you come back tomorrow. You go to the hospital with appendix or whatever it is that can rupture in you or whatever, high blood pressure, you can get a stroke, heart trouble, In the next few hours, you can get a heart attack. You know what they say to you? We don't have bed. You can come back tomorrow. Yeah, we'll call you when we have bed. What are you going to do? Put somebody in the morgue and get a bed? We need more hospital space. We need more bed space. That's the solution. No citizen should be sent home because we don't have bed. That does not happen in the real world. It does not happen in the real world. So I am here for the issues. And these are the issues that will cause a lot of people to lose their lives because government are not investing effectively in the development of the people and in the healthcare of the people. And I am sick and I am tired and I'm outraged about the nastiness and divisiveness that we carry on with. When our people are dying, it is all about us, all about me. Hey, what they say about me, and it's about me, and about me. To hell with you, get out of the way and let progress go forward. If you can't pull up your drawers or pull up your pants and stay on the issues that affect the people of your communities, then you are not worth being in the discussion. Because when I hear government fighting over Shasta in the house, fighting to take this one to court, fighting about that, giving this one maybe government ministers when our people are selling chicken to have a heart surgery, selling chicken for cancer surgery, selling chicken for a common headache or a common cold, or being told go back home. We are burying too many of our people who should be alive. That is the issue of the night. That is the issue that should be highlighted. What is not the issue is Yadi say, Garfield take Yadi call. I can take Satan call if I want. That is not going to help a mother tonight who is waiting to die when she should be waiting to live. It's not. Like I said, all have a voice. All have a right to speak. All have their own space. Don't get in my space. Watch this space. We will continue on the issues that are affecting our people. I am not a ghetto girl. No, I'm not going to be that. I'm a decent, respectable citizen in the society. Decent, respectable. And will continue to be because we have a nation to rescue. We have a nation to rescue. Distraction, any minute, any hour of distraction might cause the death of a person. All governments, whether UWP, SLP, and by the way, don't vote in SLP because you're only tired of don't vote in UWP because you are tired of SLP because you are UWP. Vote in a party based on their plan to develop the people. Not to develop foreigners. Not to tell us about hotels. I hear PJP boasting about hotels. We build hotels. What the hell hotels will help? How the hell hotels going to help people with healthcare? Let's boast about our healthcare system. Let's boast about hospitals that we can build. And by the way, we can build another hospital in Grozile. We can build a major hospital in Grozile. Not only we can build, there is enough greedy businessmen in Grozile that can build and maintain a state-of-the-art hospital in Grozile. Don't tell me about polyclinic. A hospital. All them businesses on the strip in Grozile with millions of dollars in asset, drinking expensive rum, buying expensive boats, having expensive party, whether they're politicians or not. It is time for government to put on the table, if you're going to build in our country, you got to assist us with our health care. You got to build hospitals. We don't care about hotels right now. We have enough. Our people are dying. Reverend, I'm outraged tonight. And I might have to drink water and mind my business, because I don't think that that we are outraged enough to understand that we are being played. I lost the word, whatever. We are being hoodwinked by these schmucks in our society. And all you have in is people waiting for some posts in the United Workers' Party. Huh? Talking about themselves all the time when we have a nation to build. I ain't going to be distracted. You should not be distracted. But it is time we put people in office that not just cuss people off, but put people in office that can say to these people, you're coming into this country to do business, you want to leave here better than you found it. Not only that, you're going to support one of our hospitals, or you will build a new one. Look at that. We go to get the Saudis to come in to give us money to finish St. Jude's after all these years, after millions of dollars. This hospital will be the most expensive hospital in the world when we're finished with it. And I'm going to say it again. This hospital, the 24 buildings, will cost more money than any modern hospital in the world. When we're finished. Coolie James sent me to drink a UWP soup. And she's right. Maybe I need a soup. Or some meds. Because we are having, there's a problem. Reverend, the lines are open. I don't know if I had up the number, but I'm going to stop my rant. Because I am truly concerned about the development of the country, where we are, how backwards we are. Let me just say, there's a lot of good things going for St. Lucia. Sometimes we got to highlight the positive. There's a lot of good things happening for St. Lucia. But our priorities are not set right. One, our priorities is just to win an election. Both parties. The number one is to win. There are some parties that all they do is fight to win, but there is no plan for after the win. So now they start paying as you go. So you have some looking under Philip J. desk for money that Chasney left. They're looking for lockbox under the desk. They can't find the lockbox with the money. They look, they ain't finding because there ain't no plan. They say, yeah, we stop all the roads where there's no money. They leave no money. They took all the money. Then you hear, okay, we have a few $1 million for jazz. We have a surplus. We have this. We have that. And they boast to you folks in the house. But on a campaign trail, they tell you something totally different. No money is there. But they tell you that we made a surplus. We make more money in history. But are you benefiting from it? We make so much money in history, and we have to go and get them fellas to give us money for our hospital. And you know what they turn back and tell you? SLP, you have to protect the victory, you know. You all have to protect the victory. victory. You hear me? Look. Protect the victory. And some of them, they go protect the victory for true. While their families are dying, while they're doing barbecue, pork, and chicken to get medications for their loved one, they're protecting the victory, Protecting the victory. And we act sometimes like a bunch of bandits that don't know what we're doing. I know we say, look, somebody said Philip J. went overseas, he sit on by the wrong flag. They say Philip J. said the country is coming back to moral. They said Philip J. said that he's going to re-begin the hospital. The hospital is re-beginning. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know what to tell you all because it seems everything is moral for true. Wise me, I'm repeating what I heard. They say Mr. Chasney did not fix the community center. I saw a picture where the roads and the stadium in Mr. Philip J.'s backyard, it's a mess for years. Mr. Pierre Comey boasts that he never lost. So if you never lost, your community is such a mess, something is wrong. But the only thing you can point on in Mr. Chasney's community is a community hall that you guys selected as a shelter, without doors, without anything. Then you refuse to tell us that Mr. Chasney begged you all, asked you all, and he's been stalled on repairs of that property. Well, I don't know the full story. I'm just saying what I heard. Like I said, whatever I'm saying to you, it is subject to change. Lest you call me a liar. Subject to change. Huh? But these days I ain't hear much about Chasney anymore. Maybe because I'm not listening. Because some of us can't help ourselves in calling his name. Huh? And by the way, during the hurricane, the only time his name was called is to deflect, to say to people, it is not us with the shelter. Yes, it's you all. You guys selected the shelter without doors. And you spin it. You said, oh, Chasney didn't fix it. That's why we selected the shelter without doors. You see how you spin good? You see how you spin good? Huh? And that's the game we play with the people of St. Lucia. So we want to know. We want a proper update on the hospital, friends. We want a proper update. I think it is time for government to say to us, what is your plans for the new building that we have over at Viewfort? What is your plan? You have a plan. What is your secret plan, which is not secret for the airport, for the hospital? What is it? Caller, you're on the air. Caribbean American News Media.
Good evening, Brother Garfield.
Good evening, my friend.
Good evening. How are you?
Not bad, I'm just getting my throat dry.
Good evening to everyone tonight. I hope everyone is okay after the tropical storm. I'm all right. We seem to have survived. St. Lucia seems to have survived the worst. So, hey, thankful for that. Anyway, Brother Garfield, we are discussing a lot of stuff tonight, I see.
Yeah,
plus we're discussing medical and St. Jude.
Yes. Must never forget it.
Now, with everything you've said there tonight, I have learned that about $200,000 was spent last week in Soufriere at a show prior, it was either Friday or Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
And there were just a handful of people who attended.
Mm-mm.
Now, one show, $200,000.
Wow.
Can anybody give an account of this money? So there we are spending $12 million in jazz,
Mm-hmm.
spending $200,000 in one show in Soufriere, and our hospital is not our hospital is not being taken care of. Our
Hospitals,
we
yeah.
have no medicine. We have no medication at our hospitals. So solutions, people, open your eyes to the reality of what you're living in.
So you heard the
parties.
same issue with the no medication, no supplies at our hospitals, right?
I've heard that, yes.
Yeah.
Not even Panadol
Wow.
you could find at the... Now, I'll mention a couple names tonight.
Yes.
And I am not going to put you in trouble because we don't want any legal nothing.
No, we have our legal team now, so it's okay.
So let's ask the question. Is it true that $200,000 was spent on one show in Soufriere just last weekend, with a handful of people, under 100 people attending, if so much? And when they said under 100, we're talking about possibly 40 people attending that show. Where is that $200,000? Where is it? What did it go into? So that's one question.
Mm-hmm.
Number two question is, here we are advertising universal healthcare, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
We're offering mothers, we're asking ladies to get pregnant, have babies, and what the government is going to pay for, what's it called? The scans?
Yeah.
And blood tests, etc. for these people.
Mm-hmm.
It is being advertised that you can have medical attention, see the doctors at your primary health care places, which I guess is in the communities. That means it would be the health centers, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Does any health center in this country have a machine to do those scans?
I am not.
Do they do any blood tests at any health centers in St. Lucia? No, I'm going to get to that point. There is a specific individual in St. Lucia, and that's why I'm going to mention a name or a couple names tonight. Ezra Long Laboratory is going to be the one handling all of that for the government. That means the government will be paying them for it. Who is the owner of Ezra Long Laboratory? And I'm asking questions. Is it Dr. King? Isn't it the same Dr. King who was out there marching against Cabot, marching against VHS, complaining about this, complaining about that in the last administration? And now that our medical facilities are in a mess, a complete mess in St. Lucia, why aren't we hearing from Dr. King? Is it because Dr. King, your labs are going to be utilized for the pregnant women for those tests, and so you'll be making money off this government, so you no longer have a problem with our medical services in St. Lucia, Dr. King? And I am only calling this name because this is one of the people who was speaking out. And now you don't, not a word. It's like we have no medical and dental association in St. Lucia. We have no legal fraternity, no legal association in St. Lucia. We have nothing, no organizations to speak on absolutely nothing that is wrong in this island right now.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a lot wrong in this island right now. So I am calling on Dr. King to answer that question. Dr. King, you were very vocal when the last administration was there. Are you not vocal anymore because your labs are going to be making money from the so-called universal healthcare half plan that Pierre is now bringing to the table? And I have to go get pregnant to receive those, Dr. King?
You see, that's the question, you know. And you see, outside of information from government, then the people are left to speculate because there's always some leaks or some, you know, they're not coming forward with their plans. You know, they're not coming forward. They're not saying anything to the people of St. Lucia. So you just got to assume. You got to just, and you got to ask questions like you were doing. Is that true?
I want to know. And furthermore, because Kenny Anthony, and we're going to St. Jude's, let's go to the old St. Jude's, the dilapidated building. Because Kenny Anthony and Stevenson King were responsible at that time when all these monies were collected and there was no completion of St. Jude's. You know what I think we should call for? Kenny Anthony and Stevenson King to pay to finish that old hospital that Pierre chooses to finish rather than go to the new hospital, which would cost about $60 million to complete. The old hospital, over $100 million, has to be spent to complete this. But you have a new hospital standing there for $60 million we needing to complete it, right? $60 million, and they will not complete the new hospital, or they'll go back to the old one. I suggest Kenny Anthony and Stevenson King be the ones to pay for that, because it was under their watch that all this money was wasted. Money was picked up from school kids, from employees, from business places. There were a lot of donations made for the reconstruction of the old St. Jude's. Where is all that money? And you're telling me we're going to be putting another over $100 million into those old buildings again? Mm-hmm. I don't agree to it. That's and I think Kenny Anthony and King should be held responsible, and they should be the ones footing that bill for Philip J. Pierre. Mm-hmm. Now, if all the Roro, I don't get involved in Roro.
No.
But whatever happened with you during the course of the week, and whatever this was about, my advice to you is to go legal with this, because you were called and you did not know, you were placed, you were on air when you were answering those questions, possibly being woken up from your bed that morning. So I think you should go legal with this and make an example of some people so they learn some manners and they learn how to be talk show hosts or how to host their show, with having some form of respect for people at the end of the day. And that's what I have to say.
Yes, caller, on point. Thank you so much for calling. That was our favorite caller there on Caribbean American News Media. I just wish she had stayed a little longer, but we're gonna go through our notes. We're going to go through your statements here on the platform, and we're going to take this time to do so. All right. So if anyone needs to call, still the number is 929-586-1821. 929-586-1821. That will get you live on the air. Please, all are welcome to call. Let's go from the bottom up. All right. We have my friend Joseph. And by the way, Joseph is the one who Shazi, I find disrespected with call you on the air. Caribbean American News Media, you are live on the air.
Pastor Garfield, good night.
Hey, long time friend, how are you?
Sakafet.
Moi la ka chebe na pile na pile pa kase. Moi la.
Okay. I heard I was listening to you all the time, and I say silence.
Yeah.
But I call you to tell you something.
Talk to me, my friend.
I call you to talk to you as a woman, you consider as a pastor. I always respect you as a pastor.
Yeah.
There's an issue on a clip I saw on Facebook.
Talk to me.
And when we see the thing on Facebook that this other lady was calling Marvin and the other Miniver ward mash, and you had that clip laughing at it, making fun of it.
No, can I hold you for a minute? That never happened. I'm not sure where that is coming from. That is untruth. That is not true at all.
The clip that I see is untrue.
It is untrue. Whatever you saw there was a piece of my broadcast on Saturday night responding to NBC. Nobody's name was mentioned in that clip. I did not refer to any person within the United Workers' Party. That's untruth.
But I hear you said mash. You mash. So who the girl called? That incident happened when the girl called Miniver.
Sister, I don't know. Listen to me. I don't know anything about no woman. I don't know what you're referring to.
Soraya, you don't know Soraya?
Listen to me. I know Soraya. I don't know what Soraya has to do with my Saturday night presentation. I don't know how we're linking my Saturday night response to NBC with Soraya. Again, this is misinformation that is being peddled. So you need to go back and watch the show. And I mean, that's why all my viewers are here. They were with me on Saturday night. So I am not even sure where that is going or where that is coming from.
Because I see for myself, I heard the clip you said, you mash. So who you are? So it's not Marvin and Miniver that the girl called mash.
My sister, I do not know what you're talking about. Woman called Miniver or Marvin. I know nothing about that. I do not know what you're talking about.
Be honest, because as a flubber, and I know both you and Marvin, you're fighting for the same thing. And when I saw that, I was very disappointed to see something like that. Because
you did not see what you see. My sister, you did not see what you see. What you heard was a narrative that's untruth. What I would advise you to do in order for you to come to a conclusion is to go to the Saturday Night Live program. You see how I don't know anything about issue with the brother. I don't know of any issue, my friend. Again, people need to be careful.
Let me tell you. Okay, you're both Marvin and you. I don't like the way that thing going on underneath the UWP. That's giving a bad name for.
Let me ask you while you're here. What is going on? Because I need clarity. What is going on?
What is going on that what I see with my two eyes, a clip that you say, mash. But I know this girl, Soraya, had Miniver and Marvin posted, and she calling them dog.
So wait a minute. So wait. So
well,
wait.
as you
So
said,
you are assuming that.
no, the clip I see the picture, and I didn't assume. I didn't assume.
So you
I hear your
saw.
voice.
So you
I heard you
saw
are
in
the
the
one that,
hold. So you saw in the picture. I call Meniva and Marv. I said to Meniva and Marvin, mash.
no.
Uh-huh.
Listen to what I said.
Talk to me.
I said this girl had this saying calling them dog,
Uh-huh.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I saw you was repeating what this girl was saying, mash.
My God, my
So
friend.
anyway, if I am wrong, and although I hear you say mash, but if I am wrong, I will apologize. But it's by time that thing between Marvin and you and that Soraya girl, these things have to end because it's not good on your main part because you as a pastor.
My friend, listen
It's
to
not
me.
good
I will
on
stay again. I have always been on the issue here on this platform. Will continue to be. And if these guys have their issues, they will have to deal with it. Both Soraya and Marvin. I am not a part of that.
As a pastor, you need to fix that.
No.
Issue. I don't like that.
That's not my problem, my friend. That's not my issue. Marvin is his own man. Soraya is her own woman. Two of them need to deal with the issues. I would not be dragged into people's personal back and forth. I know people are trying their best to do that, but I will not be a part of that. I am not going to take myself down that path. Period.
Well, I had that on my mind to say because I say, these things are going out of hand.
No, nothing is nothing is going out of hand on my path. I'm not even sure why all this drama.
If it was going thing on your path, your name is involved in it, and you'll have to solve that.
Whoever put my name in it will have to take it out, whether by themselves or legally. I know nothing about any drama. I am on this platform presenting to my people, and I've been there from since the hurricane, doing the same. My people are a testimony to my presentations from Saturday to now. I have thousands of people who can testify right here under my live tonight on our program on Saturday night and on Monday. So I am not even sure. Honestly, I can't answer you on that. And I will not even go further on it because that has nothing to do with me. All right. If persons' minds wherever it is, they need to try to deal with that. But I'm not going to stress myself over persons ranting and doing whatever they're doing. But thank you for calling me. But look at the clip on from Saturday night.
Okay, I will do that.
Thank you, appreciate it. Love you, my friend. Yeah, but you need to talk to maybe whoever is having the issue, but that's not me. Thank you. All right. Thank you, my friend. Okay, so we were having a call coming in. Let's take that call. All right. We have a call. Caller, you can actually call back. Whoever is trying to get us. Let's get that call in. Let's see if we can return that call, my friends. Let's bear with us, folks. Let's have some patience here.
There's not enough money on your
account. Okay. So that's a prepaid account. So that person needs to call back. I'm not sure why. We have two calls. Person, you can call us in on our on WhatsApp. You will get through. Our system is on Wi-Fi. All right. So call us on our WhatsApp, and you will be able to get the call online. All right, caller? Because I tried to call it back, but it's an international call. I didn't realize that. So call us on WhatsApp. We're waiting for you. Thank you. All righty. So just bear with us, folks. I want to take that call coming in from Martinique. Very important that we take these calls. Let me just try to read some of our comments on the platform. Angeli says, I watched the live on Saturday and I never heard that. I know. Funny, huh? And by the way, that's why I say to you, friends, you all got to be cautious. You got to be cautious with some of these tapes that you see going around. All right, let's take this call. Caller, you're on the air. Caribbean American News Media, you are live.
Hi, good night, Pastor Garfield.
Good night, my friend. You have a beautiful voice. Go ahead.
How are you doing?
Not bad. Not bad at all. Thank you. How are you?
Okay, that is, I'm doing good. That is Eva Blick calling from Martinique.
Oh, Eva, my friend.
Go
ahead. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the last lady that called about the post being on Facebook, on the internet.
Yes.
I didn't really follow everything.
Yes.
But I saw Marvin post something today. And when I read through it,
Uh-huh.
I went to Soraya's account,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw Soraya had posted something with Marvin
Right.
and what's her name, Minerva,
Right.
saying MASH.
Mm.
So when I went back to Marvin's post, I was not too happy about that because I thought maybe directed, maybe when you did that live on Saturday night,
Mm-hmm.
saying that where you did MASH, whatever. I'm like, maybe it was directed to them,
Mm-hmm.
but I was like, maybe he just said that because it's a song. I don't know. But with all what's going on right now is about that post.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, for the Flambeau family and for everybody else, I think you should have just taken down that little post where you're just saying the match because that is what everybody's confused about.
Who created that?
Because Soraya, because listen.
Who created that?
Listen to what I'm saying. Maybe you did not see Soraya's post,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe you heard the song
Mm-hmm.
and didn't know that Soraya had included Marvin and Minerva in that part. Maybe you did not know. But
I am lost.
It's really not looking good.
I'm
It's not
lost.
looking good.
I
That's
am
all
lost.
I have to say.
As a matter of fact, I did not do a clip. I did an entire live program. There was a guy. By the way, let me
Yes,
just.
I understand
Yeah,
that.
let me
I
bring
understand.
clarity.
Yeah, we understand that.
Yeah, hold a minute, caller. I will tell you where I get the MASH thing from. Let me confirm this. Let me just get this out of the air. There is a guy, I believe, from Swazel. Or, no, from Mr. What's his name? Dominic's district. That is Ancillary. I believe he's from. A fair-skinned guy. And every time he's finished,
Okay. I know that guy that's by the scene.
Every time he finishes with his stuff, he said MASH, and I would be like,
if you saying that now would maybe clear the wave on a lot of things.
But I don't understand.
Because everybody is confused. Because just remember, Minerva had just put, not Minerva, Soraya had just put that post. She had just made that video. You understand what I'm saying? So it was like a day before.
Uh-huh.
Maybe so that happened maybe on Friday, I think. And for you to come online on Saturday and have that, everybody is thinking like,
listen. So she posted.
You know what I'm saying? But anyways,
So she
I am happy that you said
so she posted something
that
on
this was from
Sunday?
this guy from Soufriere. So I understand. Maybe we misunderstood you and we misinterpreted what was
But what I'm asking,
there.
why would we be so quick to misinterpret something when I did not call anybody name at all?
I understand that. No. Remember what I said. Remember what I said. I said, when I saw the post from Marvin, I went back and looked at Minerva's post. And when I saw that, I went back and looked at the Saturday Live.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
So you said that
Don't take me wrong. I never thought that you had did that to them.
So you're saying that
I am just saying that I went back and for fun look at, and I'm saying to myself, that's not nice. But then I heard what Marvin was saying on his live tonight, and then I clearly said, maybe I can be wrong, I clearly said, because now that you are saying here tonight that it was not about them, and you got that from the guy from Soufriere, I am happy, and I think everybody else in the Flambeau family is supposed to be happy that, diffuse this situation, and let us not carry on with this. You understand? And I am not somebody who called the radio station or call programs or nothing.
Yeah.
But, I just felt, that, people need to know. Let us just stop. stop.
Okay,
There are
folks.
too many
But
things that's going on in the country. This police thing, commissioner thing, is very serious. This is a very serious case on island. And people are sitting down on their butts and thinking it is okay for this man to sexually harass or
it's
whatever he
alleged.
did
It's
to
alleged.
these police women, or whether the accusations are true. Nobody is interested in finding out this. Nobody is interested in finding out this. We should be freaking marching the streets as women. We have children. We should be marching in front of that police station headquarters.
Yep,
We
yep.
should not be coming out of there. These are the things solutions need to study and get your ass off and stop studying the little nonsense that is going on.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
And Pastor Garfield, have yourself a good night.
Man, thank you. Thank you for calling,
And,
though.
you know,
Yeah, thank you.
yes, have yourself a good night, my Fabo family. Have yourself a good night, Marvin. And I like to listen to Marvin chat. Everybody else, you know, it keeps us, you know, informative because, you know, we are not there. We are in the diaspora. We are overseas. And, you know, we know through you guys what is going on.
Thank you.
Everybody has their followers. Everybody has their people. And I like your show. I like Marvin's show. I like Gregory's show. Everybody has a voice.
Thank
and
you.
we all need to come out and speak. And we need to go and match people. Okay? Bye. Good night.
Thank you for calling, my friend. Thank you. All right, folks. So now we is getting a bigger picture of the distraction again. These are distractions. These are distractions, you know. So let's remain focused, friends. And let me just read your comments. This world has gone crazy, I can tell you. This world has gone crazy. Ay, ay, ay. All right, so we have Francis saying good night to you, lady. St. Rose, it's a distraction because Pastor Garfield is doing a good show. So they're looking for all sorts of roro instead of dealing with the issues that are affecting us in this country. And that's a very true statement. We are not focused enough. So our minds are left to wander. And it seems now you got to be even extra careful because when you say certain things or you make certain jokes, people now take it to mean that, yeah, that one is mine. That one is his. That one is hers. And, you know, we got to be more focused than allowing these distractions. I am just getting the broader picture when Andrea said that I have this clip out there saying mash, mash, mash. I know I said 100 things that night, you know, and I spoke to NBC, and my jab was actually to NBC, who was bothering me. So, friends, folks, and the truth is sometimes you can't please everybody. And those of us who are close to persons, we need to sometimes cool them off and say, look, have a steady hand. Just let's see what this is all about first. Let's follow the entire clip to get more substance on the matter. And it is injustice too. It is not nice for an individual to take piece of a clip, which I know where the clip came from, piece of a clip, and use it as a lethal weapon to besmirch or humiliate another individual. We got to get some thick skin in this ball game. If we're going to be on the stage, then we are to expect, you know, certain things sometimes, uneasiness, discomfort. It is okay, but it is how we deal with those discomfort. It's how we deal without the distraction on major issues. And one of our next story is about the police issued the alleged sexual allegations. That's a full story that we will cover on the platform. All right. So let me just go through some comments quickly again for the next 5 minutes. But wow, that's a lot tonight. Rachel Smith, St. Lucian like to run with lies. They are good for that. A lot of people, not only St. Lucians, you guys really caught me in a bad place tonight because it's very unfortunate that that would have happened. I believe based on what she's saying today, from a clip from Saturday night, where I was trying to jab my friend over there at NBC as much as I can, because of the setup that was done on me, the ganging up on me. But wow. Okay, so I will go and do some review, maybe when I have some time, look at what he is saying, and look at maybe, you know, you all are forcing me to go on certain sites to see what is happening there. But, you know, maybe I need to keep my sanity and stay focused and not get too involved in whatever is going on out there. Maybe I should just stay focused and keep a steady hand, like I would encourage you today to keep focus. Stay on the issues that are affecting our people in the society. Healthcare. Our women who are being abused in the country sexually. All around the island. Communities by communities. Many of us would know of women who were molested, abused by men. And not only that, there are those who impregnate you and they leave you there to fend for yourselves. Those are the issues that impact our society that we must stay focused on with a steady hand. Caller, you're on the air. Caribbean American News Media. Welcome to the platform.
Brother Garfield, good evening. How are you?
Not bad at all, you know. Welcome.
Okay. What I find between you, Miniva, what's the other one's name? Bob Charles, Marvin, and the other one, Gregory Charles. All of you are fighting for the same cause. Do not let these Labour Party people put any disturbance between you all, especially Soufriere. This is what she's doing.
You know, I would ask you to. I would love for you to avoid using her name on the platform. Our people are not too comfortable with that.
Well, sorry, I said it.
Yes, go ahead.
She knows how to run around the music. She knows how to dance around the music. And there are enough calls right now on island for people to be talking about these allegations that are going on with police and all of these things. So people are trying to put destruction just for you all to ignore these things that are going on. If something is going on between you, Marvin, you, Marvin, Miniva, or whatever, you all should be calling each other and try to solve this problem without going on media platform. Because I'm certainly sure you all have each other's number. So don't let other people put disturbance between you all. This is what they are doing right now. To put problems between you all. So you all have to try and fight it.
Well, to tell you the truth, to tell you the truth, Gregory and myself, we're very focused, I know for sure, on because we communicate a lot, we're very focused on the issues when we call each other. I listen to all the shows. Right, we deal with issues. I listen to all the shows. That's right. Even though I don't call, even though I don't call anyone, I listen to all the shows.
Thank you so much. Because that day Marvin said we would call you, and Gregory told him, you can handle things. Yes. Don't go and tell you anything. You know how to deal with certain
Gregory
things and whatever.
Gregory knows that, yes.
So these things is just distraction. They're trying to put between you all. So just leave it alone. Because I saw all this mash. I saw all them things going on.
Where did you see
that? So
you
all just have to be focused. I saw it on Soufriere's Facebook last night. I saw it yesterday. I saw it on Facebook again on my phone. It's all over. So you all just have to try and be focused and ignore these things that are going on. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling. Okay, so we're not going to have any more, thank you, caller, any more discussion on that because that is beyond our control. As you would know and you would see, my fellow viewers is that, as I stated over and over, even today, we are very focused on issues, and we do not undertake personal attacks on the platform. That you yourself can vouch for. Those of you who are committed to the program. So I am not sure how, like Lydia said, I don't know how to fix something that I'm not aware of. You know, there's certain things can be in our heads, cannot be reality, and cannot stand the test of time or facts. So again, let's remain focused. I am focused here. I know Gregory is. We're not going to be in, I'm not going to be for one in back and forth and front and forth. That's not going to be us. We're not going to go down that path, not at all. Caller, you're going to be the last call. Welcome to the platform. Caribbean American News, you're live on the air.
How are you, my brother?
My brother, fine, thank you. Go ahead, you're on the air.
I was really enjoying that show tonight. Until what is happening now. And that's the distraction that you're talking for us to be.
That's right. For
people to avoid. Because that's the same kind of tactics that they use against the United Workers' Party in 2021 to win the election. It started from 2016, from the day UWP came into office. There was someone that was sitting on a program every single Thursday and just spreading those misinformation, waving document, no substance, no.
Yep.
You see, we have too many people engaged in those people that I call non-entities. You know,
you gotta be careful of that word.
Listen, man. People need to stop focusing on these non-entities. You know, there are issues that are affecting people, and you mean to tell me that's the issue that someone really have right now? and that is what you're really calling to discuss. You see, let me tell you something, brother. This is why our country cannot move forward, you know. And it's sad for me to say that because it's my country too. You understand? We tend to jump on the issues that doesn't matter, my brother. You know, we cannot have a really good conversation in terms of what is affecting us, but we can call a program to talk about something that is not even of importance. Yeah. Look at all what you've been on the show for what? Almost 2 hours,
Almost
right?
2 hours, yeah.
And you mean to tell me all the things you say, nobody heard it. But all they saw, they could call about was something that you didn't say on the show. You see, it is getting frustrating, you know, because we're out here trying our best, you know, to make sure that our country survive the destruction of this Labour Party. You know, there are issues where in the Mabria Valley, you know, the council, the board, they want to take over Carnival from young people, the same young people that the Labour Party stated that they are for, that they want the young to prosper. You know, in Soufriere, there is their own issues. In Unresolved, there is their issues. You understand? This is what is really affecting somebody and want to talk about it too. Listen, man, let me tell you. Unless our people look at themselves and say, listen, let us not look at the things that are not of importance and have long conversation or even make it an issue to us or make our blood pressure boil on it. We will not understand the way to vote. And you mentioned that earlier. People do not know why they're voting, my brother.
No.
Because no one is voting on the issues.
But Roro seems to be the top
you
thing
call
on
it
the menu.
Roro.
Yeah, Roro.
There is something about St. Lucian's.
Yeah.
There is something about St. Lucian's, and I'm St. Lucian. I will tell you.
Talk to me.
They may not know anything about what is happening, but they will always have a piece to put in it.
Yeah.
They love misinformation. The YOD, you know, the essays. That's what they're interested about. You see, if a young person or a someone that's their friend or maybe their family member or something were to come up with an idea and say, you know what, I can probably make a boat that can carry 10 people to Barbados.
Yeah.
They say, that's all right away they want to shut you down.
Yeah.
Because you know why? It's something of substance, something to push them forward, something to make them think some way different. You know, they don't want these kind of thing, bro.
But while you're here, caller, and that's
interest.
why many of the citizens of St. Lucia miss the vision of Alan Chastney and the United Workers'
But
Party.
they cannot see it.
At the last elections,
I've
they
been saying
missed.
that a long time. They
That's
cannot
right.
see it.
They missed that because
They cannot
a
see
lot
it.
of them were busy getting themselves caught up in propaganda. Even our people believed a lot of the lies, the propaganda that was being spread, and we see nothing has changed so far.
But I got to look at something that is so simple. Very simple. For years, people have been selling on the streets. Vendors have been selling on the streets. The gentleman fixed the market and he said, listen, everybody can sell in the market.
Yes.
Okay?
Try to lift the standard.
They're protecting you from the elements.
That's
they're
right.
lifting your standard.
That's right.
They're taking you from the streets and they're bringing you in a home
That's
where you can
right.
call it yours.
Your business,
But
your own business.
You know what? That's a no man. Stay on the road, man. Because you know why? We've been doing that for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, man. So we have to keep doing it.
And by the way,
what is
they
happening?
were promised that if we get in power, you will sell anywhere outside.
But I'm telling you, bro, this is what St. Lucians like. St. Lucians love hardship. St. Lucians don't like change. Most of them, not all of them.
Not all, no.
Not all of them, most of them. Because let me tell you, you see those that vote for most of the people. Listen, man, there is a lot of things that we as St. Lucians can say as we abroad. We just choose not to say it. You understand? Because some of these people that I saw on the line and some of these people that I saw wearing red, go take a look at their life today. Just go take a look at their life today. My brother, listen, you were probably living in Dennery South. I was living in Dennery North.
No, fair.
You came to America, I live in Canada. You know, the opportunities that we both have, the people, we know that the people in St. Lucia do not have it.
No.
Now, you may tell somebody that in St. Lucia, and they might say, but Gasa, I'm good where I am. I can wake up and go to the garden and come back 1 o'clock, and I am chilling the rest of the day. You see where the problem is?
Yeah.
They're chilling the rest of the day.
Chilling.
And they think because they make maybe a $60 for that short period of time, they're good already, right? But here's the problem. Brother Gaffel were to leave the US, come down to St. Lucia, maybe you rent a car or you have some stuff. Gasami Boslave, Basla, I want this, I want that. Why do we have to always live our life depending on someone else? Why?
Although there's some people who really cannot help themselves.
This is what they want to do. No,
yeah.
I am not talking about those that cannot do better. I know that there are a lot of our young people that have fallen to basically the alcoholics now. They smoke till they kill themselves now.
Young people,
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
because what is happening, they live with such mentality where they cannot speak to people about the issues that they're facing.
That's right.
So here's what they're doing. Pride is killing them.
Yeah.
The pride that they have is killing them. And they will do as the others do. So I might as well join them if I can beat them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we have a bunch of followers in St. Lucia, basically, and the few leaders we have, the politicians are overcasting those leaders with a lot of unruly behaviors, because you can see it in the house, very unruly, you know, and thinking that when the people elect them, that they are the boss of the people and not the other way around. When the people are supposed to be their bosses and they're supposed to be working in the interest of the people and the country. But we all know what is happening in St. Lucia. So this nonsense that people are calling on these, and I will say it again, the non-entities that are out there spreading misinformation. You know, people need to stop that nonsense and deal with the issues. Call on the issues. If you cannot call on the issues the pastor is talking about, better you don't waste your, well, now you didn't waste your money, but don't call just because you have Wi-Fi. Thank you very much, Brother Jackson.
Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller. That caller is in Canada, and that was his contribution. And we're going to close now. What my advice is for us, and I'm very humbled in this matter now, in understanding, the magnitude of what is happening here. My advice to us is, friends, let us strive to be, going forward, peacemakers. Yes, let us strive to be peacemakers. The Bible says, blessed are the peacemakers. Blessed are the peacemakers. What we should not do is to constantly go back. Because, you see, there's a danger in going back, because if you go back, there's a lot of stuff in your life that you would regret, that you would have done, and you have regretted a lot of stuff in the past. A lot of issues that you have dealt badly with, maybe a husband, a boyfriend, some business venture. Maybe you go back there, you'll say, keep pressing forward. 2, avoid Roro. If you want to progress in life and you want to be productive, you want to achieve a goal, avoid Roro. Avoid ferocious people. If constantly what you are getting from me on this platform is Roro, trouble, Roro, trouble, I would advise you, please, try to make that difference. Try to be the change. And I should try to be that change also that I am asking you to engage in. We should all strive to get better at what we do, or to be better. All right? Because I keep saying young people are watching us. The world is watching us. A nation in crisis depends on many of us to speak on their behalf. And that's why tonight I got very passionate about healthcare, our nurses, the young people being treated a certain way by the government when it comes to carnival in the north, or in Denry North, or in Soufriere. When I hear of allegations of women in our uniformed forces, allegations of women in our uniformed forces being complaining of sexual abuse, that should concern every one of us. That should concern us. No woman deserves to be sexually harassed in no workplace. I don't care. I don't care how she dressed. She can dress in a miniskirt. She can dress with a thong and no clothes on. No woman deserves to be harassed sexually. And that is something that men do a lot in the country. And by the way, they don't care whether you're married or single. They go after you. They go after you. They call it horn or whatever they call it. Even in the workplace, you want a promotion, they know that you're entitled to the promotion. You have to give me some of that sex thing for me to give you, I'm the boss. Come sit on my lap. Or you start touching. Even to invite her out for lunch or dinner in the night could border on harassment. Commenting on her clothes, her shape. And that's why I said on Saturday night also, nobody plays Saturday night clip. When I said that men should avoid commenting on women's body shape, I said to you that a lot of things can change a woman's body. Cancer, sickness, child's birth, stress. She can lose her hair. Her breast can start sagging because of breastfeeding. And what we cannot do in the society as men is to disrespect women. And the least a man can do is if you impregnate her, you take responsibility. Don't let her go through hell saying it's not your child. Politicians are doing it. A lot of guys are doing it. These are the issues that I am passionate about and will not be distracted by the side noise in the bush. Men got to learn to respect women on the whole. There is no excuse that we can make for a man in a workplace sexually harassing a woman, making that woman so uncomfortable. And some women are so vulnerable that they need the money, they need the raise, and you are giving them that option where they have to allow you to touch their bodies. And some of you are damn crooked. And you look decent and you sound decent, but you are a bunch of morons and schmucks. And you cover behind legal covers because maybe of your position in the society, and you're covered by a fraternity of men who are a bunch of wicked infidels. That's what I'm passionate about. And anytime you see I hear about these things, brother, it irritates me. Why? Because one boy came into, a man break into our house to rape my sister. And he pushed my grandmother down on the ground, almost kill her. So I am bloody passionate about it. So when we hear about it, we should call it out. And some of you mothers are city wares because sometimes you know your daughters are being molested on the job. And because you know the family, you're related to the boss. And you're not related to the boss, but because you get a little money, you brush it off on your poor child, daughter. Is traumatized all her life because of her old wicked and these old men who go after these young girls and victimize them on the jobs and sexually harass them. Those are the passionate issues that I have. And those are the men that we should say mash to. Mash. And I'll say it again, mash. Being covered by a system. So I'm passionate about it. And I might make no bloody excuse to anyone when I speak on this platform. I stay focused like an eagle on the issues. Why? Because I understand when a woman is affected through sexual molestation, it goes with her sometimes to her grave. And there are too many men in our society who have been covered by a worthless system that needs to be broken down and redo. And even a justice system that gives no justice to our women. The government that does not protect our women. But just talk. So that's what my passion is. That's what my passion is. I make no excuse. None. So if there is alleged sexual stuff in the police force, the government of the day, you got public prosecutor for Shastney and Guy, put something in place for your police force now. And protect officers. Many of them are young girls with their whole life ahead of them. You want to start somewhere? Public prosecutor? Send him into the police. Where is your district attorney? Send him in to clean it up and to listen to the complaints. Make it easy for these police officers to come forward outside of the police force to be investigated, to come to launch their complaint. Make it easy. You make it easy for everybody in St. Lucia to bring charges against Shasney and Guy for corruption, you say. And when they ask you, you say you can't go on everything that's alleged. Listen to me, you know what alleged mean? You know how case starts in our society with alleged? People accused. Then it got to be justified in the courts. Investigations. You got to get to the bottom of it. And by the way, anytime a woman come forward and she allege, everything must stop. You got to pay attention to that. You cannot make excuses for anyone and just brush it off. So, I'm going to close now. Because these are the things that gets me upset. And people try to derail you and to distract you with nonsense. Unproven allegations. And sadly, my friends, we jump too fast on our people. Those who are petitioning on our behalf, we jump too quickly. We sometimes forget the good. Fresh out of election coverage, the hurricane coverage, spend all night up just to come to this where people accuse you of telling them, calling them names. And brethren, we got to do better. We must do better because we have a society to fix. And no distraction can help to fix it. And that's why I said even today, some of us need to stop focusing on ourselves and focus on others. Some of us need to get out of our feelings and think about the feelings of others. And we will be more effective in our mission. I am on one team, and that is the United Workers' Party team. We elected a set of leaders. They are my leaders. Anything else becomes personal. But I stand with the United Workers' Party. I stand with the vision. I stand with the mission. And together, we can make it. But there must be deliberate effort for us to crucify self in the dust of the ground and quit like men and be strong and be firm in our support. And that's what I leave with you tonight. I'm going to just read a few statements, friends, and I'm going to retire because we have done a lot tonight. And I appreciate every one of you, my caller from Martinique, Andrea, everybody. Thank you so much. It is you who keep us in check. It is you who keep us on the straight and narrow. It is you who keep us focused. And we'll ever be grateful. Thank you so much. So let me just read quickly and then look at Ale. So kindly put Ale because marvelous savvy, none of those buttons. None of those buttons, all right? Folks, let me see here. You know what? I was online and somebody sent me a note saying, put a smile on your face. I can't tell you who it is. It said, put a smile on your face. And I'm watching the system because I have the WhatsApp system into my main screen. And I'm seeing all the pop-ups. I'm seeing your statements. A lot of you, you're very good. A lot of good encouragement came in there, and we really appreciate it on the platform. Let's go. Jennifer Frances, I want to read and understand. I will not come out and write anything if I understand. I know. We will fail you. You'll fail your exam if you do that. Martin Frances, for those who work on a cruise ship, once there is an allegation of sexual harassment, the world stops until this is investigated and deal with immediately. That is true. Richard Smith, right there is a valley. They are all over with their side chicks, and we accept it. So true. Status class, flabber all the way. Yes, sir. John, we must be unified. Amen. Merlin, amen and amen. Angeli, they want to bring you down. I know that. And there is no need for that because I'm not going anywhere. When God sets you up, no man can bring you down. Believe me. All right? And only with our eyes shall we behold and see the reward of the wicked. All right? Remember that. Okay, Donovan says, I stand with you, my brother. You speak truth and you stick to the issues on the country. That's what I like about you. No Roro. Yes, Donovan. Thank you. Francis, you don't realize I'm only saying Francis now because I don't want any problems. I don't want to get in trouble. Keep on doing what you are doing. Great job. St. Rose, and we stand with you united and strong. Oh my God, this means a lot to me, friends. It means a lot to me. The unity that I'm seeing on the platform, I am telling you, it means a lot. It encourages me to continue going forward. And I look forward, to continue the work. There's a lot to be done. Mr. Stanislas from Soufriere, he's going to be on our platform. I'll make the announcement officially. But he's going to be... I had my first conversation with him today. And I am telling you, he's a good man. I love him. Honestly, Stanislas, he's the right guy. Just like Guy Joseph. Stanislas is a good guy. Soufriere, you have a good man with you. All right? Mary, flub all the way. Because he is good at that, yes. Very true, Pastor. Have a blessed night, Pastor Garfield. Stay safe, St. Rose. Thank you so much. Gwen, you will not see that if you don't know we have more criminals in the police force. So sad, Stephen said, I have been sexually harassed in every place I work in St. Lucia as a young woman. I know because I used to see it with my own eyes as a young man on the job. Women being harassed sexually. And then they shame some of the women. At one workplace I was working, the guy slept with the receptionist the night. And then he comes back and he tells all the men. And so when the girl comes in sitting at the desk, all the men just watching around and they're laughing and they're making kicks and all kind of stuff. Yeah, it was a shame. I witnessed that shameful. I saw that with my own eyes. It's not comfortable. Roger, I know one of them. Yes, and Maria, best rep ever in Soufriere, Herod status class. Yes, Herod all the way. Yes, I will big Herod up. I'll give him a boost on the platform. Just because you're a pastor, they will say you're not supposed to use the word mash. Wait for it coming. Mash, mash, mash. I want to create Curtis say, I want to create a vaccine to protect St. Lucia from misinformation because of some acting like they've been hospitalized. That is funny, but we gotta go, folks. Rachel, blessings to you, my friend. Blessings, my lovely people. Blessings, blessings. Folks, have a beautiful night. Let me see here. WhatsApp, I deserted you in the process. Sorry, yeah, YouTube, I deserted you. Boss Lady says, Pastor Garfield, you want to go and sleep? Pa flush. You must do like Timothy and give us an extra hour. Boss Lady, you need to go to bed. I'll give you an extra hour tomorrow. I'll see if I can bring status class on, but I'll bring... Okay. Yeah, let's enjoy the program except the bash pad. It's true. I appreciate that. Yes. Okay then. So folks, sometimes we get passionate about things, but we'll get better as we move forward. Amen. So nobody take any offense to the mash thing. It's just funny. It's just the way it sounds. It sounds funny to me. But what mash means go. Mash go. Okay. All right, so we'll figure that out. So it means that we'll have to study our Creole too. We'll have to study our Creole also. So folks, have a beautiful night. God bless you. And